all this Trump hating, stop it. Because let me tell you where it got you. You ready for this, Mike? Let me show you where this Trump hating got you. Now we got to get into this. They hated Trump. Many people, obviously, a lot of people voted against him. I still think they cheated. I ain't going to go into that. But for all you people that voted against Trump, well, if you voted against something, evidently you voted for something. So let's see what you got so we'll know what you voted for. Let's see, you got gas that is currently $4.25 per gallon. That's the national average. When Trump left office, it was just over $2. Okay? It was $2. No, it was $2.
$1.99.
Okay, well, same thing. So, this man has doubled the price of gas, right? Biden has. Wait, hold on. And here's why this is important. The Democrats always claim to champion the small man, the little man, the average man, the poor man, the middle class. Well, who feels the pain at the pump? All those people that I just named who they claim to champion and represent. Okay? So, I just showed you what you got for your vote. This is what you voted for. This is on y'all. You're hurting the average American right now because you supported the guy that gave us that. Hold on. And don't say, the Russian invasion of Ukraine. No. Prior to the invasion of Ukraine, gas was up $1 per gallon. Okay? And was going to go higher because your guy is against fossil fuels. Right. He told you that. And he proceeded to attack fossil fuels immediately on day one. So, you voted for high gas. Bacon, $10 a pound. Everything skyrocketed at the grocery store. Everything, hell, even my oatmeal is up. Everything is up. You voted for high food and gas. This is what your vote got you because you didn't like mean tweets. Okay? Under Trump, Putin wouldn't have dared to invade the Ukraine, so the blood in the Ukraine is on you people's hands because you voted for the guy who opened the door and said, come on in, Putin. And how did he open the door? Because when he stopped America from being energy independent and caused people to have to depend more heavily on Putin, that puts more money into his war machine. And now he also knows that Biden is weak and that Biden won't do anything to stop him as where Trump would have. So what happens? He walks right into Ukraine. You gave him the money and the power. And I heard some disingenuous, I had his name down somewhere, local radio show host say, well, do you really think that Biden wouldn't have done that if Trump was in office? Listen, you monkey, you didn't even think before you said that. He had 4 years to do it, didn't he?
Right.
Did he budge?
Nope.
As soon as Trump left office, what did he do? So he went right into the Ukraine, but here's my point. If you had 4 years to go into the Ukraine while Trump was in office, and you go in right after he leaves office, that makes it abundantly clear, that's self-explanatory that you only did that because the new administration empowered you and doesn't have the spine to stop you. Right. And you have no fear or respect for the new administration. Right. So Trump kept the Ukraine safe as long as he was in office, but when you people voted against Trump because of mean tweets, you left the Ukrainians out to dry. So their blood is on your hands. The fact that I got to pay $4.25 per gallon at the pump, that's because of you. The fact that the bacon is $10 a pack, everything's inflated at the gas at the grocery store, that's because of you. Hold on, let me tell you what else they voted for. See, you Democrats are going to be accountable for your vote. 2 million illegals in 10 months. Piling into red states and blue cities. You did that with your vote. Coming in with these diseases, mumps, measles, etc., COVID. You did that when you voted for Biden. He opened the door, him and Kamala, and let 2 million illegals come in, but he didn't let the black illegals in. So not only did he dump these illegals on you, not only did your vote for that guy dump the illegals on you, You also gave him the opportunity to show his racism front and center by sending the Haitians and the Cubans back while allowing the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, and the El Salvadorians in. So you black Democrat voters, you white Democrat voters, you white millennial Democrat voters that talk all this Black Lives Matter and equity shit, you're a fraud. Because you voted for racist Biden. You can't find racism on display any more prominently than what Biden has displayed it by allowing these Hispanics in from Mexico, El Salvador, and Guatemala, but telling the black Cubans and Haitians to go back. That is racism. You racist. Now, listen, let me tell you what else they voted for. Democrats always talking this shit about human trafficking. Oh, we got to fight against human trafficking. And I'm going to play something from a Democrat about human trafficking.
Another area that I believe requires focus in terms of this smart on crime approach, if you will, is the issue in general of crimes that impact women. And in particular, I'll talk about two. One is the issue of human trafficking.
That was Kamala Harris talking about human trafficking and how it impacts women. And women are sexually exploited, obviously, in this human trafficking thing, and children are sexually exploited. So that means that the Democrats who have opened the door, the floodgates on the southern border, allowing this human trafficking as we've never seen it, allowing this fentanyl as we have never seen it, allowing these 2 million illegals in 10 months as we have never seen it, have opened the door to pedophilia because the human trafficking and the pedophilia is at an all-time high because they opened the border. Ladies and gentlemen, you just voted for pedophilia and human trafficking and fentanyl and drug abuse, and the drugs, as you all say, is primarily making it to the urban core. Who lives there? Primarily black Americans. You're racist. You're dumping drugs in on them. You're promoting pedophilia. You're promoting human trafficking. You are frauds. This is the fucking truth. Let me tell you, man. Hey, this is facts.
It's real.
And let me tell you.
Ain't nothing fake about this.
But they keep opening their mouths saying they're against drugs. We're for the urban core. We're for blacks. We're against human trafficking. We're against pedophilia. But your policies promotes that, kicks the door wide open to all of these things that you're claiming to fight against. And you did all of this in the name of voting against mean tweets. You're a fool. I'm a problem. Because nobody behind any microphone talks like this, has said this, and will say this the way that I'm saying it. None of this. You're going to go to bed tonight thinking about me. You freaking racist Democrats, you racist progressives, you racist liberals, you racist suburban white housewives, you racist black people, you self-hating blacks, you racist millennials. I've made it clear how everything y'all do ultimately ends in racism, exploitation, human trafficking, pedophilia, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These aren't conservative policies. These are liberal Democrat policies. And then you got the nerve to have these leaders on your side stand up and call us racist. Please. You people disgust me. You know what? I don't hold my tongue. I'm not going to refrain from saying things that need to be said. I got a guy used to ask me this periodically. Alan, who do you dislike more? Niggas, not black people. Black people and niggas, two different things. Just like white people and white trash, two different things. He would ask me, Alan, who do you dislike more? Niggas, because of what they do to their own people and community. Or white liberals, which is white trash. And I would always say white liberals. Because while niggas are destructive to the black community, white liberals recognize that, yet they exploit them, the niggas, and help give them the power to do the things to the black community that they do, because they teach them non-accountability. And when a black conservative like myself wants to hold niggas accountable by pointing out that they are wrong and that they're the problem, they tell the niggas, you don't have to be accountable. The problem is the legacy of racism and Jim Crow. That's why you're a nigga, because you believe something like that. Racism isn't sitting in the legacy, this is erroneous, but the so-called legacy of slavery and Jim Crow ain't sitting there making you sell dope. Ain't sitting there making you shoot and participate in gangs and violence. Ain't sitting there forcing you to major in gender studies, something that ain't gonna yield you nothing. All that comes from your personal choices, decisions to do those things. And then when it doesn't work so well for you, you say, I'm a victim of systemic racism. Your brain is the culprit. You're responsible. You're accountable. Period.